Burns are a major public health concern in South Africa, causing accidental injury and death. Every year, 3,500 people suffer severe burns, with many more experiencing minor burns. Burns can lead to scarring, disfigurement, disability, and even death. To help us unpack this further, we're joined by Omy Naidoo, the director at Newtricion Wellness Dieticians. Good evening and welcome to News at Prime.
Very good evening to you and your viewers, and thanks for having me on the show.
Omy, what role does nutrition play in the recovery process for children with burn injuries?
So if we're looking at it, nutrition helps to meet the metabolic demands of the burn injury. Usually with burns, the body requires more protein as well as more calories in order to recover from the burn. The general rule is the larger the site of the burn, the more nutrition that child would need.
All right, and how can a balanced diet support wound healing and reduce complications post-burn injury?
Okay, so when we talk a balanced diet, we're talking high protein, we're talking lots of micronutrients like vitamin A, vitamin C, and zinc. These help firstly to support the burn from healing, so helping with wound healing. The second one is that it reduces the risk for infection. And then the third element is that aside from helping with recovery from the burn, it still helps to maintain the child's normal growth patterns.
And what are some common nutritional challenges faced by children recovering from burns, and how can they be addressed?
Okay, so the first one would be a loss of appetite. You can imagine the child is very uncomfortable, they have a lot of pain, and they don't generally have a very good appetite. So small, frequent meals will definitely be something that can help. Also looking at things like milkshakes, smoothies, yogurts. These things can definitely help to improve the protein intake, as well as looking at protein-rich snacks. So things like, if you're looking at it, nuts, yogurt, as I mentioned, cheese, peanut butter, these are things that can help with the loss of appetite. And then the second most common side effect or complication of burns is that due to the pain medication, the child is very often constipated. So definitely a high fiber diet, so plenty of fresh fruit and vegetables, looking at your brown starches, so brown rice, brown bread, as well as making sure that your child is having beans, peas, and lentils, which are not only protein, but also very high in fiber. So in order to get your roughage up, high fiber, but also making sure that the child has enough fluids in at least 1.5 liters of water. So just to mention the two main complications being loss of appetite, and the second one being constipation, which is something which is a side effect of the pain medication.
Thank you so much for your time, Omy. And that was Omy Naidoo, the director at Newtricion Wellness Dieticians, coming through there, because burns are a major public health concern in South Africa, causing accidental injury and death. Every year, 3,500 people suffer severe burns. And so just bringing us information there to unpack this further. And not only can burns lead to scarring and disfigurement and disability, but also how to treat them is crucial as well.